Okay, today's video is going to be on a commercial that drives me crazy. So the commercial is usually, I won't call out anyone specific, but you've probably all seen them. The commercial is as follows. There's usually a couple sitting across from somebody in a desk, and the person at the desk is like from your bank or something like that, or from some investment firm or something of that nature. And the one guy is sitting there going, "Oh, I'd like to go to Africa. I want to own a ranch. I want to go to Greece. I want to do whatever." And basically the person across from the desk says, "Oh, I'll help you figure that out. I'll help you do your planning." And basically the entire gist of the commercial is, if you bank with us, we'll do all your planning, and we're so much more than a bank, and we'll help you figure this out and figure that out. And it just drives me crazy because I think that's something we could do on our own pretty easily. And not only that, I think it's something we should do on our own. I'm not sure, like, I'm going to talk more about post-retirement. I think pre-retirement, people have a little better grip on it, and they don't need help and advice because they're getting an income. So they're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, so they kind of know how much they have. I think in retirement, people start to feel a lot more uncomfortable about it because it's tougher to look into the future. So I think that you should be able to control your own life, and that's a big part of this channel, right? Is giving you the tools you need to take control of your own life. So I wanted to go through Right Capital just a minute and say, like, how would we model going on an African safari or something of that nature? So the first thing we need to do is get the cost. If you first look at my dashboard, and this is a few days following Liberation Day, so obviously my probability dropped, but that's okay. Like I said, I live in about an 85% world, and I'm happy with that. So if you look at the probability in my plan now, it's 83%. And remember, that's Monte Carlo. All my assets are listed here on the right. And I have, this is my by age at risk, like when is my plan at its weakest and its strongest. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to say, hey, I want to go on vacation. I'm thinking about, and I actually am thinking about this, going to having an African safari. That's one of my wife's bucket list requests. So I'm going to use ChatGPT, and I wouldn't do this completely, but it's a great place to start. Get you started and say, how much would an African safari, is that spelled right? African safari for two middle class individuals, people cost for, let's just say, 14 days. And then we want to see animals, whatever. So let's just see what this says. So we're not going to go through this too much. Let's see, accommodation start tour. So it's a great way to look at vacations, though, for sure. Okay. So the great thing too about retirement is you can go on vacation when you want. Right now, we always have to go on vacation in the summer, essentially, because Beth's a teacher. So I can't wait till she's done. So let's just kind of look, because we're just looking at this for grins, right? So mid-range option is, let's just go on the upper end of 12,000. So instead of having to call my financial planner and say, hey, could you help me? We want to figure out how to go on vacation. Or even worse, you just go on vacation and you have no idea how it really impacts your financial plan at all. At least you're calling somebody if you don't want to do it yourself. But I'm convinced you can do it yourself. You can go into profile, goals, because that's a goal. You say add a goal. I want to add a goal of vacation, right? So one time, let's just say for us, Beth still got 2 more years, so 2027 puts her, let's just go like 2028. And let's just say $12,000. Obviously it could be different or better. So if we hit save, now remember, what was I at? I think I was at 81. Come on. I guess me changing it has, oh, see, it still has me at 81. That's really interesting. That means essentially that me spending $14,000 in 1 year Hold on though. Let me make sure that's right. Let's do something extravagant and see if it still does the same thing. Goals, goals, goals. Like, what if I bump it up to 100,000? Which obviously it wouldn't be, but it should. This should decimate my plan if this is working right. And that'll just be a sanity check to tell me it's working. If it's still 81, then I'm gonna be kind of shit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so at least I know it's working, which you should always double check your numbers too. So it goes down to, I mean, obviously I'm not going to spend 100,000 there. So let's go back. Let's change this. So first of all, that's a good sign, right? It says, hey, if I do something in 2028, if I do a $14,000 vacation, it doesn't seem to impact my plan. Like it puts me, let's see here. Come on. Come on. Puts me at 81%. So that's the kind of comfort level and as you do more and more of these vacations, you may find it does impact your plan. But let's take a look. Let's go to retirement and show where that expense shows up. So you can see it in cash flow. So we'll go to cash flows. Summary. Expenses. I know goals because we made it a goal. Vacation, and you'll see there it is. And it actually inflationized it, if that's a word, up to 13,113. Okay, so that's it for the video. I just want to cut a short video. I saw that commercial this morning and it drove me a little bonkers and just made me think I bet you net, if you spent like 14 hours, just go out, sign up for the software with the link in my description, or if you looked at the video I did on how to get the software I use, and then invested another 12 to 14 hours, you could probably get a really good grip on your retirement plan. Like I said, when you do choose to do that, almost everybody screws up the number one way or another. So you do have to go through your plan several times to make sure you've got all the numbers right. And go through my videos to make sure you're using it properly. But that's it. So remember, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not saying they don't add value. It's just a commercial that drove me nuts. And I wanted to put a little video on it that you don't need them. You can make decisions. I'm not saying you don't need them to get simple advice like, hey, can I go on vacation this year? Or can I buy a new car? Or can I do this? Use the tool. I really would feel weird having to call up my planner after I was retired every single time, say, hey, I want to buy a car. Hey, I want to go on vacation. Hey, I want to buy my wife a new ring. Hey, I want to do this. Is this going to hurt me? I like that kind of control. So that is it for today. Have yourself a great day. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but gosh, go out there and get the tools so you can start controlling your life.